Hey everyone, this is the Twins with the Grand Old Time Cast, and I am sitting here today with our first Black Hat Sergeant, Sergeant Dan Chamberlain. And first things first, we'll just jump right into it. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us the general zeitgeist. Who are you? Where you from? And your general upbringing.
So I'm Daniel Chamberlain. I am from Lone Grove, Oklahoma, down the south central part near Ardmore area. I married. Have a beautiful wife, Samantha. She's the smart one in the family. She's a doctor of physical therapy, so she's a physical therapist and kind of the breadwinner of the family. Got a couple kids, Liam and Beckett. They are 3 and 6. I guess I said their names backwards. Yeah, that's kind of the general thing. A football coach and podcaster here in Northeast Oklahoma. I've been coaching. I think this past season was my 5th season, and taught all but 1 year. This past year, I just got out of the classroom, decided just to coach, and yeah. But it's been a fun career. Coaching is a lot like the military, and I'm sure we'll kind of get into it later when coming out of OCS
Mm-hmm.
and jumping into coaching. I was like, man, these worlds are exactly the same.
Yep.
So that's
Just
pretty neat.
different age levels about it. But yeah.
Absolutely. Graduate of University of Oklahoma, so I can be a fan. All those people out there say you can't be a fan if you don't have the diploma.
Mm-hmm.
I gave them my money so I could. Well, the government did. Thank God for the National Guard. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So that's kind of us in a nutshell.
Okay, so you did you end up joining the guard? Were you a young guard joiner, or did you go out of high school?
So it's a pretty funny story because my brother, I'm number 3 of 4 boys. My mom had a very rowdy household.
Mm-hmm.
So number 2, the one just above me, he joined the guard. Man, I want to say it was like 2002 or 2000. I guess 2002, and
Post 9/11.
he, yes, and he was over in Iraq for the initial push, that
Mm-hmm.
'03 push into Baghdad, and so of course I didn't graduate till '06. So when he came back, I was like, I guess I was at a weird point where like I knew I wanted to go to college. I knew we didn't have the finances to go to college. Like that was not
Mm-hmm.
financially in our future. And pretty much, my mom said, "Listen, I know you want to go to school. You better figure out how you're gonna pay for it." So it was kind of threw me towards the guard. So I
Mm-hmm.
graduated in May of 2006, and in June I enlisted. In July I shipped to basic training. But basically, the finances for college, and I didn't want my brother to go overseas by himself anymore. Which
Mm-hmm.
obviously he wasn't by himself, but
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to go with him. And that came to fruition. We ended up in '07, '08. We got sent to Iraq together, so that was nice. But then he got out of the Army and let me go back to 2 more deployments by myself.
Oh,
So
that was nice
he
of him.
wasn't as loving as I was. Yeah, very very early. I did not like do the split up. I've got a nephew that's doing the split up right now, so he went to basic his was it junior year that summer, and then he'll go to AIT, and I don't
After
even
he
know if it's
graduates, yeah.
guard or active duty. I'm not really sure which one.
Okay, very cool. So it was you joined before you went off to college, so you could get the college benefits. And how did that go? Did you finish college before your deployments were done, or was it you finished? It was
Um,
kind of in tandem with like you'd go
no,
away.
the price tag of letting the government pay for your college, the military, I guess, is that your college can quickly get extended, as
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I graduated high school in '06. I graduated with my bachelor's in science in 2016, so
Okay.
a full 10 years. Um, 2 deployments in there. I did take some time away. I went and played in the oil field for a little while.
Okay.
Just my family's a pretty big oil field family, and watching them be very successful and financially set
Hmm.
up for life,
Yep.
and I'm like, here I am trying to get this. I went law and then biology. I'm trying to get these weird degrees that
Hmm.
you still have to start at the bottom of a ladder. Like I might as
Yep.
well just go to the oil field. So I tried that for a while, but um, there's a thing about getting deployed, and I don't know how to say this without being ugly, but especially in transportation infantry, we all
Hmm.
know that like that's the lowest 2 ASVABs, right?
Hmm.
And so you get stuck around people who are, they don't challenge you intellectually. The
Hmm.
IQs are obviously very different. And so when I would come home from a deployment, I was like, I have to submerge myself in intelligent people. And so like every
Yep.
time I came home, I was like, that's what I needed to go back to
Yep.
school.
Yep.
You get tired of like the inability to problem solve or just think for themselves. That you want to get back around smart people. So
Absolutely.
I did go to after Iraq. I came back and went to East Central University for 2 semesters. Walked on football. Was not a good player at all. Like I'm not a football player. Um, but obviously we came back and like drinking was an issue. So every freshman has that.
Yeah.
Like that. Now I'm going to drink my way through college. But when you come back and you're 21, you've deployed, you've seen the world a little bit, and then it's like, oh, now I can not only drink, but I can go get it on my own, and so that was issues. But once I got to OU, it was like it was wonderful there.
Yeah.
Luckily, all that stuff went away, but yeah. So I came back from Afghanistan. I think I went over there in 2011 and 12, if I'm not mistaken. And when I got back, I just went to OU, and I was like, all right, I got to go to real school where you're just facing the crowd.
Yep.
East Central was nice, but it was almost too small. Like, it felt like high school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Oh, that's kind of the way it was at TU. Like, I mean, TU is like 3,000 undergrad, if that, and you're just like, we all know each other's business. The last 5 guys your girlfriend dated. You're just like, this sucks. It's like, I don't want to know everybody's business, but I mean, it's just the way it is.
No, I remember walking into my Bio 1 class at OU, and I was probably one of like 300, maybe more people in that class. Like, this is how it should be. Like, I don't need that one-on-one personal connection with them. I just need you to teach me so I can go home and study for the test and go on with lives.
Yep.
I've been imperfect there. It's not for everyone, but that's how I had liked it.
Okay. See, him and Ivy kind of have a similar story. Like, Ivy was out there doing the oil work and stuff, and then it's just like, I chose the Army.
Yeah.
But, no. So, what was the MOS was infantry, though, right? So
No. So that's where I trick all you clowns, right? So all you kids that know me from OCS, I say kids, y'all are obviously grown people, but you guys and gals that know me from OCS, I have 0 infantry training whatsoever, except basic training in 2006. I've been a truck driver literally the entire time.
Okay.
Which and the reasoning was I wanted to go with my brother, and he was a maintenance guy. He loves, and still to this day loves, working on engines, diesel engines, gas. He doesn't care. He's a mechanic. Like, so the only way I could be with him is if I'm not mechanically inclined, and I don't really enjoy that stuff. But the only way I could get in by him, with him, was to be a truck driver.
Yeah, so he fixes them, you drive them.
I think my GT score is like a 126 or something, and the recruiter was just squirming in his seat, and I was like, "No, I'll go be a truck driver." And he was like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" But it was what I wanted to do. My reasoning was not at the time, and I would definitely do it different now. But it was not to go get an education on a job that I could do in the future, right? It was just I want to be with my brother. So
yeah. That's not a bad reasoning too.
And
like,
literally, I've had one. I'm at my 19th year this summer, so I'm 18 and a half right now, and I've had 1 MOS. I'm reclassing next month to finally get my E7.
Okay.
And so I will be a cook of all things.
Oh man,
I go where the rank is.
I knew all those kids that I was surprised when I went to basic training. A lot of kids from Oklahoma National Guard were all becoming cooks, and they're like, "Dude, the bonuses were so good for being a cook." I was like, "Dang, man, that's
They're
awesome."
Still so short-handed. I know the whole state is, and it doesn't matter the MOS, right? Recruiting is down across the board right now, but being in a platoon sergeant for a platoon that is cooks and supply, I can tell you there's not enough cooks right now.
Yeah, for sure.
We're lacking.